What's going on, people? Welcome back to the opposition preview as we look ahead to the game against West Ham on the weekend. I'm joined by Lawless from West Ham Fan TV to get all the insights and also ask a few questions about what's happened so far this season. Because last time Lawless was on here, he was giving a lot of chat. So we're going to be talking about that and more as always. If you do enjoy the content, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to not miss out on future Palace content. Lawless, how you doing? How are you doing? Last time we spoke about Palace versus West Ham, you're saying West Ham are going to finish above Palace. Everything's going to be all great, but it hasn't been a great season for West Ham. Been struggling, been fighting relegation for the majority of the season, still in a relegation battle as we speak. So how would you sum up your season so far?
Well, look, as fellow relegation battling team this season, you know how it feels. You know, it's been tough. It's been long, and the light is at the end of the tunnel. We're seeing that light at the end of the tunnel, like we're getting out of it. You know, just as you are. Obviously, we're 3 points behind Palace. So yeah, we're both in similar situations. Like the season obviously hasn't gone how we expected. Spent a load of money, it's like 170 mil in the summer. And it hasn't panned out, but it looks like we're finally turning a corner. We're finally getting back to like last season's West Ham. So I'm hoping.
So what's happened then? What's exactly happened for those who don't watch West Ham?
So what it seems to be to me is Moyes has tried to change how we play. He's tried to go from counter-attacking side to possession-based side, right? And it hasn't worked. He's brought in these new players. It's taken Moyes a while to figure out the players and how they fit into what he's trying to do. And he's finally, it just seems to be, he's finally gone back to what worked before. Like I say, he's finally gone back to how we played before that worked. And he's finally figured out a couple of these players like Paqueta and got the best of him and not realizing, let me use him like Dimitri Payet. So yeah, that seems to be the main problem. Is Moyes has like one way of playing. He has plan A, one system, one style, one setup. If that don't work, then you're in big trouble. So he's gone back to what's worked, and now we're seeing the results, and we look a lot better. But it's not sustainable long term, in my opinion.
Yeah, as your most successful manager, David Moyes, in your history, there's been lots of talk. There's been lots of talk about his future at the club. Are you one of those who want him out?
Look at you asking questions you know the answer to. One, he is not the most successful manager in our history. Far from it. He hasn't won a trophy. We've won many trophies.
One of the most
history.
Successful managers, though. I can't remember West Ham. West Ham are normally a relegation battling team for West Ham in the Premier League. You've had one or two good seasons, but apart from that, there's nothing special about West Ham.
We've had a lot more better seasons than Palace. I'll say that, right? And we've won many trophies in our history. None of them won by Moyes.
That you haven't witnessed.
Doesn't matter.
What's the last trophy that you witnessed that West Ham have won?
It's a Toto Cup.
Yeah. And when was that?
99.
All right. So
when was the last trophy you witnessed? Come on. Let's not do this.
The playoffs,
Shut
and also
up,
when we beat West Ham as well to lift the trophy in the
We've
playoffs,
got two playoff trophies.
Well.
We got two playoff trophies. If we count playoffs, we've got two.
But yeah, going back to the Moyes point.
Yeah.
What is it? What are you not happy about? And you want him out because he's been, Conference League. You're doing well in that. In a league, you're staying up. That's good for West Ham standards. What else do you want him to do?
It's about sustainability, because the problem is we faded out towards the end of last season because a lot of teams worked us out, right? They'd played us already in the season and they found a way to deal with our counter-attacking football. Now, this season, like I said, he tried to play a different way and it hasn't worked. And now we're playing teams again. They're expecting the West Ham that we have been this season, and we've gone back to the counter-attacking way, and it's caught them out. But we can't keep playing that way season after season. You're not going to progress playing that way. So if he only has one way of playing, then there's a ceiling. We're going to go backwards, like we've seen. So next season, for example, what's he going to do next season? He signed these players. He signed Skamaka, who is a quality striker. He's been injured, to be fair, but doesn't fit how he wants to play. He signed Ings, absolutely doesn't fit how Moyes plays. You know, Cornet, we haven't got to see much of. Paqueta is sort of working, but I think under a different manager we'd get the most out of him. So he spent all that money on players that don't fit the Moyes way. So it's just, he's wasted a load of money. We have to think about it. It's not about deserve. People look on the outside and think, oh, he's done this, he deserves to say. Surely you can't say that. It's the future. You've got to look at the bigger picture and think about the future. You know, and it's not, like I said, not sustainable. So I hope he wins the trophy. And he has a graceful exit, and we thank him very much and wish him all the best of luck. Maybe you can go to Palace, Roy Hodgson's replacement. I think you would be very happy.
Don't get started. Don't get started.
You're telling me, would you? No, would you? Do you want David Moyes? Would you take him?
No, I wouldn't. You see
Oh!
West Ham, not Palace.
Oh.
You see it's West Ham, not Palace.
West Ham, not Palace.
You know, counter-attacking football, sitting back, you know, trying to just negative football. I think that's I know
exciting Roy Hodgson, yeah? Attacking Roy Hodgson.
How many wins has David Moyes got all season? You tell me.
So but you've changed managers. So what's this?
Yeah,
what's this?
And Roy Hodgson probably got as you know, Roy Hodgson and David Moyes. You can't compare the two. I mean,
what's this free-flowing attacking Roy Hodgson that I'm hearing about? What's this?
Well, you trust me, you're not going to hear about it. You're going to see it. You're going to see
it.
All
right, so Hodgson, Hodgson in, next season. Hodgson, yeah.
Not Hodgson in next season. Hodgson's here to do a job. Hodgson doesn't want to be here next season. He's just here to do a job to the end of the season, and then we're going to go get another manager. Remember, he was twerking for our manager when Vieira got sacked, but before then, you was the one that's saying in our private chats how, you know, oh, you got Vieira, is this, is that. But now you want Vieira. Trust me, you can have.
I always rated him from day one. But this is the thing. You're saying to me, right? Roy Hodgson has kept Palace in the league. He's playing amazing football, according to you, playing some great attacking football, from what you're saying. Why wouldn't you stick with that, a manager of that caliber? Why wouldn't
He's not sustainable. We've seen.
Look at this.
Yeah, but it's different with Roy compared to David Moyes. It's different. Roy was retired. He came out of retirement to help Palace for his love for Palace. So it's kind of different. David Moyes still wants to manage. So it's not like he's managing West Ham for the love of West Ham. He's managing West Ham for a job. Like Roy Hodgson, I don't think he would have came. Let's say this: if West Ham called on Roy Hodgson just like Palace did, I don't think he would have went West Ham.
But this is what you're gonna do. You're gonna sack Hodgson, try and get Fancy above your station again, and end up with another Frank de Boer. So why?
And you know what's funny? We haven't won a game before when Vieira was in charge. We didn't win a game for like 3-4 months, and he still wasn't above us. So trust me, you can worry about your own manager. We can bring in another manager and still not win games, and we'll still be above you. There's levels to this.
But what are you gonna do when we go above you? If we win this weekend, we go above you. You realize that?
There is that. Yeah, there is that. We'll talk about score prediction later on. It depends on it depends on what happens. But that'd be the highlight of your season. Or to be fair, actually, let's talk about the Conference League. That you're still in that. So European trophy on the cards. Do you think you're gonna win it?
Yeah, I do. I think we're gonna win it. I think we've got a really good chance. We've hit form.
You did not say that with confidence. I'm sorry. The way you had to clear your throat there, you did not mean.
Well, I got to clear my throat.
You just got exposed.
I just took a swig of water. Like, I've got to clear my throat. What's wrong with that? Sometimes you got to clear your throat. So you think you're gonna I think we're gonna win it. I do. Like, we've hit form at the right time, and that is gonna carry us through. Now the players have got confidence and got belief in themselves. So yeah, I think we'll win it. I really do. It's knockout competition, so you never know. There's always a chance. That's the thing. Knockout football, anything can happen. One mistake, you're out of the competition. We got 3 games to lift that trophy. You know what I mean? We can get a draw and win 2, and we're through. We can even lose 1 and just outscore in the next one. So yeah, and then our season will be better than Tottenham's season. It will be better than Arsenal's season. Yeah, let's be real. It will be.
Geez. Yeah, we both don't rate them, but I don't think it'll be better than Arsenal's season.
How can you say that?
Come on.
No.
This is the reason why. This is the reason. Before we actually continue, congratulations. I forgot to say at the start of the show, you got voted the most delusional fan.
By like 2 people? Yeah. By the way, Potts changed his mind actually later on and said it was you. So He changed his vote.
And he changed back again. Potts is just emotional right now. I don't blame him. His team just bottled the league. He's not thinking straight. I wouldn't think straight as well. But yeah,
there's nothing delusional. But there's nothing delusional about a team that wins the trophy saying that they've had a better season than a team that didn't win the trophy.
So
no one's going to remember.
Have a better season. So you've had a better season than basically everyone else in the Premier League because you won the Conference League. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, we've had a more successful season than most, except for obviously Man United, Arsenal. And
wait, you just said Arsenal? Wait,
no, sorry, not Arsenal. Fuck.
This is what I mean. This is why you got voted the most delusional fan. Once again, congratulations.
No, except for Man United, except for the two Manchester clubs. Everyone except for the two Manchester clubs, because they're the only teams that are winning trophies in the league. And if we win that trophy, we're one of the other teams. We're one of 3 teams to win in this league to win a trophy this season. So yeah, you're damn right, because that's what the game's about. I know you're a Palace fan and you might think it's participation award, but it's about silverware. It's about filling up that cabinet. And if we do that and other teams don't, no one's going to remember second. No one's going to sit there and go, oh my God, do you remember that year we came second? Like, they're not going to remember that.
Remember when West Ham don't win it. No one's going to say, oh, remember that year when West Ham lost to God knows who in the semi-finals.
But if we do win it, they'll remember and we'll remember and we'll have something to show for it.
So if you don't win it, how would you sum up your season? 1 out of 10 if you don't win it. Because you put everything in that basket, in the Conference League basket. If you're not in the Conference League, you've had a shocking season considering how much money you spent. So how would you rate it if we don't lift that Conference League? Which you should do. I'll be honest. Jokes aside, you should do because of the quality that you have in your team. But then again, I don't think it'll be as straightforward as you're putting it out to be.
If we don't win it, we're probably going to finish bottom half of the table because I think we can catch Chelsea, but ain't no chance we're catching Fulham. So we're pretty guaranteed we're going to finish bottom half of the table. We're staying up, I believe. So if we don't win it, we get to the final. Yeah, it's a cup final. I would say it's like a 4 out of 10 season if we don't win the trophy, a 3-4. Everyone, listen, you've been to a cup final, FA Cup final, you got there, even though you didn't win it. It was still a memorable thing that you can look back on and say, yeah, we had a good cup run. Do you know what I mean? We got to the final. So you got to give that some points. So, yeah, I reckon a 4 would be fair. It would still be a pretty poor season considering.
Yeah, I would have gone with like a 3 or 2, considering how much money you spent. I think it's like not right below average. I think it's just an absolutely poor season.
Yeah, considering the money spent, but yeah, for sure. But here's the thing, like for me, spending all that money and signing these players, right? I would expect to have a drop, right? The problem is the drop that we've had is too big. Sometimes because it takes time. You sign these players, they got to gel this, that, and the other, right? So I would expect like if we were like 8th or something, 9th, that would be something, right? Where we can sit there and go, cool, it's a drop. But the drop's been too far. We shouldn't be battling relegation. Doesn't matter how many new players we've signed in, ones that are new to the league. So, yeah, I feel like that, yeah, you take that in consideration, but still, I think the cup final thing, if we get to the final, that is, just would lift it to a 4. If we win that trophy now, whoo, geez, it's going to be like 9s and that. It's going to be big. Because 9 cents. Because not only that do we get a trophy, we get in Europa League next season as well. So
yeah, I won't stop talking about that for another year as well. But luckily in Europa League, you've been knocked out in the group stages, so you won't have.
Oh yeah, because that happened last season, didn't it? That happened last season, didn't it?
It didn't. But if Moyes stays, anyways, if Moyes stays, what have we made of Palace then? Because you talk a lot about Palace as well, about how we're a small club, we're this and that. So what have we made of our season? For a small club that's spent like 100 million less than West Ham, we're not doing too bad.
Look, right, this is the thing. Yeah, it's certain of your fans that we have, West Ham fans, have the problem with. Fans like yourself, right? That always want to come for us.
Is why we have the problems as well. This is why people watch these opposition previews. Never like this, but you got voted the most delusional for a reason as well.
What? Yeah, by 2 people, including one that changed his vote, and yourself. You voted yourself, by the way, in that.
You voted as well. The only person who voted me delusional was you. But anyways, continue.
But yeah, so Palace. I honestly think that you sacked Vieira at the wrong time. I thought it was ridiculous. Yeah, you was on a really bad run for sure. Had a bad run of fixtures, tough run of fixtures, and all of a sudden the easy games are coming out, the winnable games, and then you sack the guy and bring back Hodgson out of retirement. Like, yeah, I understand. Like relegation battle, you got to be, you know, it's tough. You can't risk it. At least give him the first game. Like, what was the first game Hodgson was back for?
Leicester, but wasn't he the same person who wanted Moyes sacked as well for for the relegation battle? So don't you understand why Palace? Also, let me ask you this, because not many neutrals know this. Do you know the actual insides to why he got sacked?
Yeah, I know there's some sort of issues with him and the board. I know there's some board issues, but this is the thing. Like, if you're running a football club and you're getting someone like Vieira, who's not a yes man, yeah, at the end of the day, you have to front it. You have to do what's best for the club, not for your ego, not for your pride. This is a guy that has had a very successful football career, not a managerial career yet, but he's a big name in the sport. And he has an idea of what he wants, how he wants to play, and the players he wants to bring in. That's a project manager. So you back him. You're not going to sit there and try and tell him what to do and go, yeah, we want this. Like, he has an idea of his vision. So I think it's just poor from the owners. It's just ego. So at the end of the day, yeah, go on. What was you going to say?
I think there's more to it. That you
think there's even more than that.
Yeah, so he wanted to apply to the Leeds job. He didn't actually do it, but whilst a Palace manager, that's what he wanted to do.
Okay.
And also, do you know that ever since he's left, do you know only one player said goodbyes? Well, officially on social media. I know life's not just social media, but it's just Lokonga. No one else did. And Eze, for example, Eze was very poor under Vieira, especially this season. Ever since Hodgson's come back in, he keeps talking about, I'm confident. Some of these players under Vieira just lost all confidence. Now, I'm not going to sit here and act like I wasn't frustrated when he got sacked. But afterwards, the reports that
you was fuming.
I was fuming. Yes, I was fuming. Not as much as you this season, because you've been fuming a lot more than I have. But I was fuming.
Being down there is normal for you. That's why, isn't it?
I'm not. Well, no, it's not. It's not. Yeah. You got me there. but no, look, literally, I understand. I had your perspective until the report started coming out. The assistant manager had crazy amounts of say. Apparently, the assistant manager was basically picking a team, picking the subs. And that does not show as a good record for a Premier League manager. Of course, you have to use your assistant, but the way it was reported, it was used to an extent that was just like, are you even the manager at this point? And things got toxic, and that's why none of them have said goodbye to Palace so far. And, he still set the fundamentals for Palace. We're still linked with decent managers. We have to also get one in the summer. But I don't think we're in a bad position. In hindsight, I'm still annoyed with the fact that we didn't back him enough. But then again, I guess the board knew about the troubles behind the scenes, and that's why they didn't want to spend the money. But talking about players, who should we watch out for? Because as you said, you made a few good signings, Paqueta. You've had some signings also not playing. You've got the likes of Bowen, Ben Rama. I know Ben Rama, West Ham fans love to change their opinions after 2 weeks, but now Ben Rama is like the most hated player at the club. But who should we watch out for in this game?
Listen, I've backed Benny from day one, and I've never wavered. Yeah, I'm one of Benny's biggest supporters.
Are you still a fan? Because apparently he's had like 2 bad games, and I'm seeing West Ham fans talking about, it's time to drop, like just going crazy about it, like he can't have a bad run of games.
I've always backed him. I've never said to drop him. I've supported him from day one, never ever stopped. You can ask West Ham Twitter, yeah, they hate how much I back Benny. So you're the odd one out. So out of the West Ham fan base. No, there's a group. There's a group of us. There's a few of us, yeah, that back Benny all the way. You know what I mean? There's a few. The Moyes lovers stuff.
Yeah, and your burner accounts.
Accounts.
You just swap accounts, and after just start tweeting about Ben Rama. Let's get behind Ben Rama, boys.
Ben Rama's class. Yeah, Ben Rama's
is he the one to watch out for?
No, I would say in this, Antonio has come back hit form. I think he's going to be one to cause all sorts of troubles. And Paqueta is really starting to hit his stride now. Scored that banger against Liverpool. you know, in the midfield, him and Rice. Obviously, Rice. We don't need to say that Rice is top class. Yeah, top
Shame is
class.
going. I'm so
High
sad
level.
about it, man. Shame is going.
Well,
Really
you know,
sad.
unlike
Yeah,
Zaha, he has some ambitions. So, but he might not.
Zaha, trust me, he has ambitions as well. And Zaha would walk into your team right now. So let's not even start that. But anyways, yeah, it's gonna be sad.
Apparently, he wouldn't walk in a top club, though, innit? Apparently, he wouldn't talk.
Well, I mean, he's
in
been
one
linked
of the
with
big
a few
boys.
top clubs. I'll tell you that he's been linked with a few.
But he's still
clubs.
at Palace, battling relegation.
Yeah, because his contract's going to run out, so it's up to him. He might stay at Palace because he can. He might
as well.
So,
he's
no, the reports have been coming out that he wants to stay at Palace if we have ambitions to push for Europe. So you never know. He might be staying
at his age now. He might as well stay. Like he's missed the opportunity.
No, the only reason he'll stay at Palace is if we're trying to push for Europe and also get
no one's really going to be going for him like that anymore. There's no.
Yeah.
Like
yeah, you're right. But
Maybe
it's fine.
the best.
When Rice goes, it'll be interesting. Yeah.
Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens with the Rice thing. But
you think he's going to stay as well?
No, listen, it's not nailed on that he's leaving this season because, and this is the funny thing, right? This has happened multiple seasons. Last season, Rice is leaving in the summer, stayed. Season before that, we heard that stayed. Season before that, we've been hearing this for years. Same way you've been hearing about Zaha. You've been hearing Zaha's leaving every season. He's linked with a move, and he's still.
But it's different though. I'll be honest. Rice is a better
Zaha's not
than Zaha.
Yeah,
I'd say,
but
like in terms of how much he's hyped, he's been like valued about 150 million. With Wilf, it was like at his peak, it was like 80 million or so. But Declan Rice's position is more in demand, especially what he does. And he's still young. You have to remember that.
Yeah,
and
that's what I'm saying. So if he does move, we get a shitload of money at the end of the day.
And you're going to spend another 200 million pounds to fight relegation. Is that what you're telling me?
Well, you know, not if we don't have David.
Because money doesn't buy success. We've seen it this season.
But at the end of the day, unfortunately for you, Declan Rice will be a West Ham player on Saturday. That's unfortunate for you. So
unfortunate for you, Zaha's going to be back on Saturday
alongside
with
right.
Eze. So who are you looking at Palace's side of things in terms of players to watch out for? Who are you most worried about? Don't say no one, because I know you're worried about a few.
No, like obviously, Zaha is one because he is going to be a handful. Where are you operating him lately? Because I know sometimes he goes on either side. He can play anywhere on the front three.
Yeah, so he's been playing down the left, but then again, he's only played 20 minutes under Hodgson.
Ooh.
Then he got injured down the left. Exactly. You can say
I hope he plays down the left. Really? No, I hope he plays down your left. Yeah?
Yeah.
On your left.
Why?
I hope so, because Soufal, man, he's been back in form. Soufal's been if you said the right, I'd be worried, yeah. If you said the right,
that's fine. Elise is gonna be there. That's fine. Elise is gonna be there, and trust me, you know about that because Elise. Remember the last game we beat you 2-1. Elise down that side, cut in, so you can.
Yeah, but now we've got Aguerd. Now we've got Aguerd.
Oh my!
Left side is centre back.
You just said down the left hand side, I'll be worried. No, down our right hand side, I'd be worried because of
the fullback. Because defensively. Our left backs aren't good defensively. However, what we have now is a proper left-sided centre back who's top class in Aguerd to help provide support. So if he wants to cut in, Aguerd is going to be there on his case, right? So
I'm excited about this West Ham. There's a lot of things going right the way you're describing it.
We've got some good components there. We've got some good components within that team. So but obviously Elise, of course he's a quality player, Elise, Eze as well. Like, so both of them, like any of those, the tag. I think like you're very top heavy, like as a team.
No,
I feel like
our centre backs are better than yours. Our defense is better than yours.
Really?
Are you being serious right now?
Really?
Are you being serious right now? We're not going to do this. I was going to wrap it up. Our centre backs are better than yours. Gahey is literally worth more than both your centre halves. And Yokimanis is better as well.
Aguerd and Zuma
and Mark Gay ain't better than
Aguerd and Zuma.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, they are.
Aguerd and Zuma.
Okay, so who's been linked with Aguerd? Who wants to?
We've literally just signed him. Just signed him.
What about Zuma?
Huh? Well, Zuma's obviously come from Chelsea. Zuma's come from Chelsea. And Chelsea fans regret it.
Okay, you have Rice in midfield. That's fine. But then again, even your midfield ain't that great either.
Rice and Paqueta.
Oh, but
Rice and
Paqueta's been
Paqueta.
disappearing until like most recently, man.
Well, but we're talking about now. We're living in the now, yeah. Rice
Okay, cool.
and
All right,
Paqueta.
cool. So yeah, our attack is better than yours. You might have one midfielder that's better as well.
Well, Bowen, Jared Bowen, mate. That's someone
I
you got
can't
to
lie.
worry
He
about.
might score. I might regret saying this, but he's the most overrated player that I know, and that's how it is. One or two is a wonder.
The most overrated player that you know.
So overrated, unbelievable. I would not have Bowen at Palace. Simple as, because we got better players than him.
I hope that comes back to bite you, right? But
Bowen does not scare me. I don't think it will, because I just don't think he's quality. So
the thing is, I feel like you've become complacent. Like Palace lately, from what I've seen with your results, like the last couple of games, you seem like you're getting a bit complacent. Like you're on the beach.
Why do you think that? Why do you think I'm getting a bit complacent?
No, not you, with your team.
No, that's wrong. Okay, why do you think that? Because of
look at the Everton game.
All right, but Everton are solid defensively. They are solid defensively.
Nah, like come on.
Okay, what's your games with Everton like so far this season? You face Everton.
Yeah, we beat them. We beat them. And I'll go. Okay.
Under Frank Lampard.
Yeah, we was the team that got him sacked.
Yeah, we haven't faced Dash yet.
Yeah, but at the same time, okay, yeah. But look at the teams that have faced Dash.
So we've only hold up. We've only lost one game in the last 5. How are we becoming complacent? Because we lost one game in the last 5.
Well,
you become complacent. You lost against Liverpool, but you've been having good runs.
Yeah, Liverpool. How'd you get on against Liverpool?
We drew. Pretty sure, yeah, we drew. We didn't lose.
And we would have drew
Liverpool this season.
We got robbed by the ref. We were.
Here we go. We haven't got time to talk about your ref agenda. We get robbed by the ref as well, but it is what it is. That's how it is. It balances out. Because in our game, the refs are gonna absolutely love you lot off, and you're gonna get good decisions. So I bet you won't be complaining then.
We'll see. Is that your ground?
Here we go. Stop making excuses. Stop making excuses. But look, we both got decent enough players, but then again, before at the start of the season, you were talking about West Ham have a much better squad than Palace. It's good that you realise that that's not the case. I'm happy.
No, I don't realise that. Both sides. I don't realise that. I don't realise that at all.
So you still feel like you got a much better squad than Palace?
Yeah, you said it yourself at the start. You said, "Oh, you've got this squad and da da da."
No, I'll just taking a laugh because that's what you say. That's what you say.
Yeah, literally, we're talking squads. We got a better squad. We got a better squad.
Not for real. Debatable. Let us know in the comment section.
Wait. Who's playing up front again? Is it still was it Edward?
All right. All right. Let's move Edward out of the equation. Now, I expect it to be hit. Hold up. Antonio's hit and miss. Oh, don't do this because you're the one that also cries about Antonio some weeks as well, saying, "Oh, he's not good enough." And look at you now trying to hype up about Antonio because he's had 2 or 3 good games.
Antonio, mate, he's 33 years old. You say you raved about Edward. You raved about him and like, oh yeah, we got Edward and you didn't. Yeah, and he looks good. He looks good early on.
Fine. You raved on about a few players. Souček. What's happening with Souček? You haven't mentioned him.
I think. Yeah, well, all right, maybe I don't rate Souček.
Yeah, exactly.
But Ings and Antonio get in your team ahead of Edward. Yeah. Let's have that right. You know it's true.
Yeah. Ahead of Edward.
Antonio might be a Palace player in the summer.
I think Zaha might be up front as well. It depends. It might be Zaha up front or I up front. So
I think Antonio could be a Palace player in the summer.
No, stop taking the piss out of us.
No, I'm being
dead serious. You said David Moyes replacing Roy Hodgson, and now you said Antonio to replace Edward.
No, I'm being serious.
You can't keep your face straight. You know what you're doing. You know what you're doing. I know you
took
well.
Kouyaté. You took Tompkins. Why is this so crazy?
Yeah, back then. Now we're above you, and we're trying to hire better players.
You're above us for what? For 2 more days?
Yeah, 2 more days. All right, we'll see. Let's talk about that score prediction. So, how do you see this one going?
All right. Well, look, we've obviously, by the way, we've got better goal difference than you as well.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, you'll be above us because you beat us. But yeah, all this chat about West Ham. How do you see it going?
Look, and listen, I'm not coming here thinking we're going to steamroll you. It's always a tough game at Selhurst Park. It's always.
Is it?
It's always close. It's always tough. I've been there when we've won. I've been there when we lost, when we've drawn, that we shouldn't have drawn. And Antonio himself.
Yeah. Back to us. We've had some good moments against West Ham, I'll be honest. Antonio's been solid for us in that aspect.
Well, he's learned his lesson now. He's coming with a vengeance.
Wait, has he? Hold up. What happened in the first game? Who gave the ball away? Didn't someone give the ball away for Elise to have that counter attack. Wasn't Antonio again?
Well, but this is at Selhurst. Don't worry, we're coming. Like, yeah, it's gonna be tough. A draw wouldn't surprise me, but we want to bounce back after being robbed from the Liverpool game. The players are gonna have fire in their belly. They're gonna be ready, and I think that we're gonna win 2-1.
2-1. I'm gonna go for 3-0 West Ham. I just feel like you got a good enough squad. You got.
You're trolling me. You're trolling me.
What? I'm not trolling you. Yeah, I think you got a brilliant squad, brilliant manager, European football as well. It's not going to be easy, having the hammers and it's come to our ground. You only have like one chant.
You better not edit that out because I'm clipping that. I'm keeping that.
There's nothing edited out. There's nothing edited out, so you can clip that as much as you want. But yeah, I'm going to go for jokes aside. I'm going to go for 2-0 Palace.
Keeping clean sheets, yeah?
Yeah, Sam Johnson's in goal.
All right.
So
I'll be there. I'll be there on Saturday. So.
Oh, would you? Oh,
yeah,
that's great. Hopefully I'll bump into you. After the game. Hopefully I'll bump into you.
We'll see in it. I bet if we win, I won't see you in it. You'll be like, where is he? Oh, I had to go home.
Are you sure? If we don't win, I won't see you.
You'll be like, I left the oven on. I had to get home. Listen, I'm there, mate. I don't hide.
Shut it. Here we go. Nah, it'll be fine. It'll be fine when we. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go 2-0 Palace. We have to bounce back as well. We lost against Wolves. Zaha's gonna be back. Doucouré's rested. We rested a few players against Wolves, despite that we still played solid with a rotated squad. And it's West Ham at home. Now, what else do you want apart from 3 points? It should be tight game for the first half, but second half.
You're not confident. I can see there's no chest behind what you're saying.
Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Well, let us know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Your score predictions for the game and your thoughts ahead of the game. And also make sure to check out West Ham Fan TV for all of Lawless's cries and moans for the majority of the season. But lately he's been happy. So make sure to check that out. But it's a rarity. This season. So catch it while you can, because it's not going to last for much longer. But look, that's it from me and Lawless. And until next time, up the fans.